overall for me, you gotta. I think we both said it. Like, you gonna mess with one of us, you got a good style, dog. Like, you gotta have style.
Yeah, I've tried to date guys who were not stylish, and it just really doesn't work for me. It doesn't.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Got This in Black, your favorite designer's favorite black fashion show. We are a platform where we like to highlight black creatives, educate, democratize fashion.
Correct.
So I am Chukwunwike, one half of the podcast, and to my writer, I have the better half, Andima.
Hi, friends.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. I was thinking about how we need coasters. So if y'all know any dope black, houseware, what's the right term?
Yeah,
anyone who does
house
essentials. Anyone who does house essentials, hit us up. We need some cute coasters here because the little rings are bothering me.
Yes. We see some cute coasters.
Cute coasters. Well, everybody, y'all know the deal. The podcast is on Spotify, Apple, all your podcast sites, YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe, rate us. That actually helps a lot, more than you know. So rate us, and then follow on all the social media platforms. Instagram. We're not on Threads yet. TikTok. Twitter. Please hit us up. Pay attention. Today's episode is actually a good example of that. So please do.
Yep. So what we have on the menu today, we just wanted to just talk a little bit. This is a little bit less formal. We call it our shoot the shit type episode. So We're gonna do, probably one every season. But this time we actually decided to, pull some questions from our supporters that they wanted us to ask, just so you guys can also get to know us better. Because, our episodes are typically focused on the guests, but, we wanted you guys to know about us as the host as well, too. So, as we are growing, we build this relationship. And let's go to the top.
Well, before we dive into that, did you tell the people who we are? Why we're here, what we've been doing for up to season 2?
Oh, yeah. What do you mean?
Who has Got This in Black? What do we do?
I already said that.
No, you didn't.
Yes. I said where we democratize fashion, educate, highlight dope black creators. I already said that.
Y'all, I think I'm losing it. It's okay though. I swear he did not. Okay. I'm also doing intermittent fasting. I don't know if anyone's done that. If you have, drop that in the comments. Let me know how that goes for you, because it's not working well for me, obviously.
Yeah, it's not working well. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Very soon you'll get used to it. Your body will get used to it. You won't have those hunger, headache pains, or whatever. Yeah, you just got to thug those out for a few
They
weeks.
say that if you have those hunger, headache pains, that your body has lots of toxins.
Oh, really?
And that that is showing you that you need to detox. That's I don't know if has anyone heard Dr. talking about how when we go to the club, it was
business casual to the club.
Business casual,
yes,
looked like you're working at a call center.
Yes, we were.
And I was those were the good old days.
Yes.
Look the Future, Roscoe Dash.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school in Atlanta, so that was my shit. if I were in the club and I would hear that same music, it would still hit the same way.
And clubs were actually fun when we went. Y'all talk all that mess about how we used to dress, but our clubs were actually fun. People actually danced. There weren't really much VIP sections and stuff like that. You go to the club now, it's a staring contest now. People was leaving out sweating. We went to the club to get it in.
Yes.
I remember my first college party at UVA. Bro, I don't know how, but they did it at some Chinese spot, bro. This joint was small. When I say it was a hot box, literally, I threw that shirt away after that night. Because my sweat was down to almost the trim. I was just I gotta let that shirt go. It was.
Well, you like to dance though, so you were probably really.
I be jigging.
Moving.
And then that's the time when the Dougie just popped the elbow dropped my Dougie. Woo! And my man's, I'll never forget his name, is Harold. We used to call him HT3. He was from Richmond. he told me how to do how to Dougie. Like I just watched him, and so when I came home, like, where you let that move? Like, yeah. Well, yeah, I went down to that Charlottesville to learn a thing or two for the boys. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, nah, but
I honestly, I can tell you that like Atlanta. I don't even know, is this considered Atlanta trap music? You correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it's not, but like Laffy Taffy, all of those like songs that came out like right before we went to college. That was the reason why I wanted to go to school in Atlanta. I was like, yeah, I was like, Laffy, I like that. I can see that dance.
Taffy is like they categorize that under like snap music.
Snap music,
yep.
okay.
Yeah, so all the joints
Atlanta
snap
music.
All that is like considered snap music.
Atlanta snap music is why I was like, okay, Atlanta could be cool. Yeah. Like, okay, I like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else, like trend-wise, have you seen this season that you're just like, okay, I fucks with that, or okay?
I like the it's really coming up a little bit with some of the celebrities, like the custom belts, like bringing back the like custom belts. I've seen a lot, like A$AP Rocky, Ice Spice.
I did see the Ice Spice one.
There's a couple more people that I'm blanking on, but it kind of reminds me. Remember when we had the name belts? Mm-hmm. And that's what it kind of flashes me back to. So I like that. I like that. Going back to custom belts and stuff.
There were the name belts. There were also wasn't there one where it was like electronic?
Mm-hmm.
Like with electronic. Those were a
like
little
the
bit
signs in the mall and stuff.
Too much.
The sign in the gas station next to the racetrack joint. Oh my god! What a time.
Like I am into the custom name type situation. Not as much for the belts. Like for some reason I find it very hard to rock a belt. Like I guess I'm wearing a belt today, but like honestly that's because I need to get this whole outfit tailored, and I just was like, I haven't done it yet, so I'm wearing a belt. But I find belts particularly like difficult to style. I don't know what it is. I have a hard time with it. But what I do like that's custom is like your, like the nameplate necklace. Like that's classy to me. It's timeless. Like I need to get one made yesterday. And then also I love the earrings with the name in it. Like that's also classy to me. That's timeless as well. Like I feel like that has sustained. There might have been a little bit of gap of time where people like stop wearing that, but like it has sustained, and it's been kind of just like a key item and piece in like Black culture that I feel like has stood the test of time, like style wise. Mm-hmm. And it still looks good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think another thing I see is like, I think it's been a trend for a little bit, but like the white socks with the loafers. Like I remember when I first started to like get into dress clothes, it was like, yeah, you're never supposed to wear white socks with your dress shoes. Like that's so unprofessional. And now it's like the sauce. So it's just like
that's like the dad look.
I wouldn't say it's a dad look though.
You don't think it's a dad look?
I just feel like we just found a way to with the loafers to make the socks look cool. Like
it reminds me of the West Coast.
Okay.
That's like where, the shoe was not a loafer. It might have been like a slide or something, like like a house shoe. Like it's like that look.
I just flashed back to Friday when Craig came out.
Exactly. Like that. I feel like there's a link to that look.
Okay, it might be.
And that's where it's inspired from.
I want to see slouch socks come back. Like if I can find a pair of slouch socks, I will rock them.
Slouch socks?
Yes.
Those have been back. What do you mean?
I feel like I don't see them as much. I feel like I see just the regular white socks, but I don't feel like I don't see as many people wearing slouch socks.
Slouch socks are like the ones that are like thick, like and
thick,
scrunched
and
down.
You can kind of like scrunch them
up. Those have been back for a minute. At least like in New York, you be wearing them heavy.
Okay, maybe.
Shout out to my friend Ayana. She loves to put on a slouch sock.
Okay.
Okay,
then I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
I feel like you might not see it as much here in the DMV area, but like it is for sure has been back in New York. And I feel like it's also like a millennial type, sportswear type look. Maybe not Yeah, millennial. I was thinking Gen Z and I said millennial, but like it probably is more of a millennial look.
Okay.
They were back. I don't know if they're still around as much, but yeah, they had. I seen it. What else have you seen? Fashion wise,
I think it's like, I don't know if it's pop, but the knit hats. I feel like that's something that's like catching on. Like
knit, like they're knit and they're like round.
Like almost like knit bucket hats in a sense. Like,
oh, a knit bucket hat.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
I think actually you could expand that to just be knit.
Yeah.
Like knit is in now. The girls are knitting stuff.
Yes.
Shout out to my line sister. She's knitting her outfit for the Beyonce concert. I can't wait to see it. Like knit.
Yeah, knit is in.
Knit is in. And I'm like, man, do I need to pick up the crochet needle and get at it? Like, am I over here making a whole outfit head to toe? Crochet outfit? I could do it.
Yeah,
I used to crochet, y'all. I even learned how to knit a little bit. So, I like that. And I actually think that's a nod to sustainability, to be honest. Like, this whole, like, the idea of making your clothing and like repurposing existing clothing, I think knitting is right in that category as well.
Okay. I'm on board with that.
I think that's why it's in. What else trend wise have you been into?
Interesting.
Oh, you know, I don't know if I can call this a trend because it's like not a clothing thing, but like being skinny is coming back.
Being skinny is coming back? Oh, time. Oh, what are we talking about right now? What are we talking about right now?
Stay with me.
I'm gonna go along with this ride, but I don't know where you taking this right now.
But maybe it's skinny and curvy at the same time. Like maybe it's more like skinny in the face. All right, so like I have a couple of good examples of this.
Okay.
So there was a New York Times article that came out, I think it was this year, and it was like talking about Miss Piggy's makeover. And like it was showing how like Miss Piggy, you know, she's a fluffy girl. She looks cute. Looks like she's well fed. And so like it was this picture of Miss Piggy and her like cheekbones were like in, like they're like sunken and like, you know, and I was like, what in the world? Like this, and they were saying this is the new aesthetic and look that people are going for. So that's one example. The second example is, I don't know if you've seen this on the interwebs, but people have been talking about Ozempic, like left, right, and center, talking about Ozempic, and like how the celebs have been using Ozempic to lose weight, which is like, y'all always want to do the most, like just always want to do the most. It's crazy. And I did actually see an article come out more recently about like the health impact of Ozempic and how it's like not good for you. Y'all are crazy. So that's the second example. The third example is my girl Black China. Now Black China, that there's like two parts of that. Like so she definitely has a different look. Like she's gotten rid of all of her tattoos. Like she's taken like a lot of like the work she had done in her face. Like she's reversed that with her body, reversed that, and like she looks good. I think she looks really, really good. But it's definitely a departure from like what she thought to be aesthetically pleasing before. And I also question like I think I'm more of a stand of like Black China's approach to that, but I will also say that like before that happened, Kim Kardashian and all of them crew who claim to be the trendsetters of like body and beauty standards, which bullshit. Like they were like doing the same thing, like reversing like their all the work that they had done or whatever.
I was about to say that's a trend that I think is among celebrities, like they're going back to natural, what their body was naturally. It seemed like there was a wave of that, like people were kind of just
right.
like,
but I don't think, but it's still not natural. It's still like like a crazy version of like they're like, okay, like yeah, we're reducing some of this stuff and we're bringing it back to like kind of like a normal range, but still it's like they're taking the other stuff too far where it's like, but now I want to be super skinny and like be curvy, and it's just like, can y'all just like just just go with your regular body type. Like what? Why? Stop. Just regular body type. Be in the gym. Be healthy. Take care of yourself, and just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But y'all just always want to do the most.
That's true. Do you think we're getting to the end of the BBL era? I've heard some remnants of that online.
I think so, because I think we're almost there, because like you look at like the new artists who are coming out, like Sexy Red. Wait, I don't even know how she worked out. I don't even know. I just feel like Sexy Red, I like her aesthetic. I like how she's wearing like these like regular glasses frames. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like mm-hmm. like the first pair of glasses you get when you learn that you need glasses as a child. Like that's what she got on.
Right. Yeah.
And like I actually have not paid a whole lot of attention to her body, like, which, you know, why are we doing this, putting women's bodies under microscopes like this? But like, I feel like she's got like more of a natural look.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I feel like her body seems like a more natural body, even if she has gotten work done. It looks more.
Yeah.
Natural, but also again, I'm not super like microscoping on her.
Right.
I just don't know if she and the K's got beef.
Well, what you do?
Cause you know she got us. Cause I'm being facetious. You know the song "Ski," which is close to "Ski."
Weird. I didn't even catch that. Like, I don't know. People like to wear a lot of red. Sexy red.
She does wear a lot of red.
I don't know. Maybe the music may not be. Let me stop. Yeah, it's like, so she's like embracing her natural body type, like, and is, you know, sexy in her own right. Some people might argue that, but I think she's sexy in her own right. And then you think about Glorilla, the same as well. Coyle Ray, like the girls are pushing back and saying like, yo, this is naturally how I am. Mm-hmm. So keep my name out of your mouth, please and thank you. Please and thank you.
Glorilla be hilarious because she really talk about her joint like it really is like there. She's like, my joint bad, isn't it? I'm like, hey, speaking into existence, Slim, I feel you, dog. Like, I feel you. That joint be having me cracking.
I love Glorilla. Yeah. I love her.
Yeah.
There was something I wanted to say about Black China before, and because I didn't want to gloss over this. Like, yeah, like I was talking about her from the perspective of like the changes she has made to her body and how it's like in alignment with like broader changes we've seen. But like, I do want to applaud her for like, she really has been like, hey, like I want to transform my life, like I've given my life to God, all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, like I applaud her for like the positive changes that she's making in her life, and I would say that she looks good. So like I want to make sure that we didn't leave that topic without me like giving her flowers.
Yeah,
and
that's really dope. You know, find a good relationship with God. I think that's very key and foundational to anybody's life, especially because you're just seeing like what's going on in society and the world. It's like it's so fleeting. And with God, everything's kind of been the same. It's very sturdy. You kind of know where you stand. So it's like, where do you want to place your foundation on something strong, sturdy, or something that's going to change like every 10 minutes and stuff like that, which is why I see like, you know, I feel like a lot of those celebrities are just like reverting back from what they were because they're tired of like holding up an aesthetic and they're getting judged. Because I feel like in life, like people are going to judge you no matter what you going to do. So you might as well do what you're going to do anyway, because somebody's going to have something to say at the end of the day.
Yeah. And do what makes you happy. Like, that's literally just, let's start with that. Like, just do that. Because y'all be trying to please everybody, and it's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen at all. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was some of the trends that we're seeing. Definitely over this past, over season 2 for sure.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, I do want to say one thing about the trends.
Okay.
I feel like they don't really resonate with me.
Okay.
Like, am I old? Like, in my fact, like I just...
No, because the thing is, for me, especially, a trend trends can come and go. Some trends stay and actually like, come like established part of like what's going on, but a trend can come and go. So the fact that they're not doing nothing for you don't mean nothing. You just have your own style.
Mm-hmm.
Like fashion fades, style is forever. So it's like you have your own style. If your trend don't like, sit good with your spirit, I don't mean that's just not for you. You can appreciate something without having to partake in it.
Yeah.
So
like I feel like some of the trends now, I'm not gonna speak for all of them. Like I'm like, does that even look good? Is that even flattering on your body?
Like, talk about stuff.
Like, is that like okay? I like the mini skirt coming back.
Okay.
But I also feel like it doesn't work for everybody. Like, it doesn't work for everybody. Like that diesel, you remember the diesel skirt that came out and it's like literally like this, it's like a belt almost. Mm-hmm. I'm like, like.
That is terrible. To me, that's terrible. I don't want to see anybody wearing that joint.
Yeah, I see some models pull it off and it look nice, but I'm like, not everyone can wear that, and you try to act like everyone can wear that. Like, no, it's no. Like, and when you're going about your day-to-day life, some of the stuff is just not practical. And now I sound like you, because you're the practical style person. I'm like, no.
I'm Mr. Functionality when it comes to fashion. It's like I'm starting to appreciate the art more, but it's like, bro, if we can't wear this stuff, like, why are you making this? Because I understand there's an art form to it, but then again, like we talked about earlier, sustainability. Like, if you're making a bunch of stuff that is art form, at the end of the day, you are just you're clogging up stuff. Like, make stuff that people can wear and that can last long. That should be the main focus when it comes to clothes, because clothes have a use, like they have a utility. So I do appreciate the art form, but it's like, make sure it's a balance. But something like that diesel belt is just like, what are we really doing? Like,
yeah,
what are we really doing?
Yeah, exactly. And I would say that the thing that I could lean in the most when it comes to the trends that are out now is the sustainability aspect of it.
Yeah, I'm
like
for
that is the
so
part
much.
that I do like. Like
I want stuff that I can pass down to my kids. Like, I want them to go to my dad's, go, oh, my dad, oh, his love sister, oh, like, I love this jacket, like, boom, boom. Like, I want that to be a thing again. Like, how I could have went in my dad's closet and found, like, a London fall coat or something like that. Like, I want my kids to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And with the stuff, some of the stuff y'all was making before, it definitely can't happen. But if we can get back to that sustainability, using, old, like repurposing old stuff, using materials that we didn't use before, and making, like, I remember somebody was making like leather out of like cactus or something like that. I read that somewhere randomly, but I'm just like, yeah, that type of stuff, like, that's what we need, because at the end of the day, the earth needs to be here in 20 plus years, and the way we're moving it doesn't seem like we're not cooperating. I feel like we as humans have not been cooperating with nature in a while. And I say we because as a collective, we kind of just have to get it done. But it's really those billionaires behind these companies who are more worried about their bottom line than people's health. That's really the seed of it all. They're literally doing anything to cut costs. And it's just like, it's almost like, what do they say, like chopping your nose to spite of your face, or whatever that saying is, or something like that. But it's basically you're so worried about your bottom line that your grandkids are might not be able to enjoy the earth that you're living on, and you're not even thinking about that. Like, that's why, like, all them billionaires that was going to like Mars, like, yeah, they're trying to they're on the path of really ruining this planet, and they're trying to find another place to go because they've already ruined this planet. Versus, why not work to actually, it's possible to reverse a lot of stuff. You just got to start now, and the bottom line can't be the driver. It has to be health and stuff like that, from even the clothing to the food. Like, I remember, like, the FDA just approved like lab-made meat or something. Like, what are we really doing that we're approving lab-made meat? Like, farm salmon, that still don't sit well with me at all. Like, salmon is not a land animal. Like, why is it being farmed? Like, it's just so much stuff. Like, just thinking about how, like, there's so much stuff that's approved in America that is not approved in other countries.
Oh, child, did you see the new Netflix documentary that's about it's called Poison or something like that, and it's just about the USDA and the FDA and, like, the food regulation system, and the fact that, like, they'll be growing like lettuce or spinach over here, and then they'll have like the livestock like not too far, and so when the livestock poops, and the livestock got E. coli in the poop, then they use that poop runs into the water that they use to water the vegetables, and that's why we got all these E. coli outbreaks with lettuce and spinach. Like, what in the world? Y'all are too damn lazy to move the farm over a little bit so that doesn't happen?
It's just crazy. It's really crazy. Like, I know people, like, talk about how, like, like, there's certain stuff they can't eat here, but then they'll go to Europe and they can eat it all day. Like, they can't eat, like, certain breads or cheeses and stuff like that. Like, their body just can't take it. And then they go to Europe and they can eat that for 2 weeks straight and have no issues. And then as soon as they come back to the U.S., problems again.
Y'all, it's time to get out.
Yeah.
Get out! But it really is so hot. Like, I'm worried. It's so hot. Wasn't it? It's like the hottest year since 2018 or something like that. Like,
and it's only getting worse.
It's crazy.
Like, it's literally steaming outside. Like, I remember it was like 96 for like 4 days in a row. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, really, what are we doing? Like,
and then we got like the bad air quality, y'all. Okay, this is taking a turn for the.
Also, for me, the skeptic in me, I'm not buying. I'm not. What did the New Yorkers say? I ain't jacking that. I feel like they wellin' when it comes to that. That air quality is from the Canadian wildfires. There's something else to that joint. I'm sorry. Like, you telling me...
You think it's the aliens?
I don't know what it was. But this is not the first... You can't tell me this is the first time Canada done had wildfires since we've been born. And I don't think it's ever impacted the air quality all the way down to DC, bro. Like, let's be serious. Like,
it's a lot.
I feel there's something behind, but it's just like, they feed us whatever. It's like now, like, the aliens, like, they just, for the longest, ain't nothing, no other life forms on here. Next thing you know, the zoo's like, yeah, there is. Like, bruh, come on. Like, it's something else at play. Like,
and no one batted an eyelash. Just said, let me go about
we got
paying for this expensive gas.
Like, they dropped that news. They dropped that news at the perfect time because everybody just worried about how they paying the bills.
Can the alien come and just bring me some free gas?
If anything, they need to be paying rent. They need to help with the economy. They need to get a job because we are struggling, dog.
Y'all got some jobs over there?
People are struggling. Like, you gotta understand, if there's alien life forms living in the U.S., I'm not happy because they live in rent free.
Yeah,
they not
y'all
paying
need to
no
do
taxes.
better. If you're gonna be here, you need to contribute. Okay.
Contribute.
I want to see contributions from you. I need you to start paying taxes.
Something, dog.
I need you to start investing into our schools.
Help us. Like, y'all ain't sitting here just chilling, getting studied and experiment on. Nah. Time is up. Like, come cop a house in this high housing market. Come pay some of this nice property tax that I'm seeing in Prince George's County, and come share this. They probably, I know aliens look at us like how the U.S. looks at Florida, bro. I know they'd be like, it's ghetto.
Maybe they're contributing to the problem. Maybe the aliens have come down and have said, okay, we're going to make them turn against each other. Ooh.
Man, the aliens didn't need to do all that. We was already at each other's necks. They didn't need to throw no gas on the fire.
Yeah,
that fire is well lit and it ain't going out. I don't know when it's gonna go out.
Maybe the Kardashians are the aliens with that.
I mean, hey, listen, anything is possible, bruh. Like, what did they say? Believe half of what you see and none of what you read. Like, yeah.
There's something weird going on.
Yeah, it's something. Listen,
something in the water.
This air quality stuff. Just remember this episode. I'm telling you, it's not them Canadian wildfires, my boy. Like, it's something else.
They're gonna use these clips in a documentary. They were on to something. Got this in black. They knew what was coming.
Yep. Yeah, people just be skeptical, bro.
Dang, are we about to become a conspiracy theorist podcast?
Hey, listen, I'm not mad at that title. I feel like there's a spectrum. I feel like there's a spectrum of conspiracy theorists, and I'm probably on the low end of the spectrum. So the fact that I might be saying that, I just wonder what people who are on the further end of the spectrum really talking about. But yeah, I feel like them wildfires. I'm not. It just feels so like, really, wildfires, bro. Like we didn't have wildfires in California for how long? Ain't no other states complain about air quality. So why is the ones from Canada different?
Oh, California has. What you mean?
No, I'm saying outside of California. Like
Yeah, it goes to Colorado.
Okay.
It does go to Colorado. Like, my homegirl lives in Denver, and she'll always be like, "Oh, there were fires here, and like this is like it's come over."
Well, y'all, since somebody look up the distance from California to Denver, and then from Canada to the DC and see what it is, because I'm like, bruh, why is it spreading so like badly?
We need a meteorologist to tell us how the little weather patterns work and stuff like that. Even though the weather forecast is always wrong, but still.
That's another thing I can't stand, bro. The iPhone weather app is trash, dog. Like, the iPhone weather app, it will literally be raining, and you will open that joint, and it will say it's sunny. Like, I can literally be looking outside and it's raining, and the iPhone weather app is still wrong. Like, how are you wrong after something is happening? Like, why are you not updating?
Did you know that they bought Dark Sky, which was my favorite weather app?
Oh, really?
And I'm just like, I feel like y'all have watered down Dark Sky. Like, you didn't get the technology right, or like they lied to you, or like concealed something from you when they sold you the app, because you're like, the app should be better if they bought Dark Sky. It really should, because Dark Sky would like give you alerts when it's about to rain and stuff like that. That was my shit. I paid for it. I was sold.
I can vividly remember several times it be raining, and I opened my iPhone app and said, there's no rain. Like, not even saying rain in an hour. Like, it's literally pouring raining right now, and the app is saying nothing about rain.
Right. I really shouldn't be commenting, because I never look at the weather. I'll be outside like, oh, it's raining today.
I look at the weather every day. That's how I determine what I'm about to wear. Like,
yeah, that's the difference between me and Chuck. Like, he's a planner, and I'm just kind of like, let's go with the flow, see what happens. See what happens.
Let's get into some of these questions. The good questions from our good supporters. We appreciate y'all coming through with these questions. I like some of these questions.
Me too. Y'all are supportive.
So where you want to start?
You kick it off.
Okay, I'm gonna do how some Christians do when they want to read the Bible. They just like open the Bible on whatever page it lands on, it goes to. I'm gonna just scroll my note.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just pick. Let's see. Okay, it says, when did you realize you had a passion for fashion?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Ooh. So I think I was actually probably like older than most people who have like that story where they're like, God, this is when. I think I was probably like middle school age, because around middle school was like when I had a little bit of extra money.
Okay.
And I started to order a bunch of like magazines. And so I had like a Vogue subscription. I had a W magazine subscription. W magazine, by the way, was like one of the most beautiful magazines. It just like, I just loved the big format of the pages. They were just so large compared to like Vogue. And so it was like flipping through them was like this amazing glossy experience. So I would say like middle school was when I developed the passion for fashion.
Okay.
And it literally was started by magazines. I think before magazines I was just doing like artistic things. My brother was always very artistic, and I wanted to be like him. So I was like, I'm gonna paint and draw too. And then from there, I feel like I became attracted to beautiful things.
Okay.
And that was a nice segue to owning these magazines and like falling in love with what was on the pages. So I think it started there. And then in high school, it continued. And it was more so focused on like the things that I could try to make. So I really got into sewing then. And then there was this girl, I don't know, like if she's like, I tried to Google her the other day. She was like, I looked up to her. She was, we had these things called, oh my God, monitors. So me and Chuck went to boarding school.
Oh yes.
Like, I don't know if we ever shared that with y'all. That's how we met. So we literally grew up like kind of like brother and sister, like in this boarding school environment in high school. And how it worked is if you were a freshman, you had like someone called a monitor who's supposed to guide you through the school and get you used to being in the school. And so my monitor, her name was, I want to say Jordan. I think it was Jordan. Yeah, that sounds right. My memory's not that great, y'all.
Not remembering Jordan.
I think. Oh, okay. Well, her name started with a J.
I'm not saying that you're not right because I'm a person. I don't remember names. I remember faces though.
Okay.
I remember faces.
Well,
so it could very well have been a Jordan.
Could sew her butt off, and she was so cool, and she was like designing these amazing outfits and making them, and I was like, wow, so cool. Which was very inspirational to me. And that's when I kind of was like, oh, I'm gonna go to FIT or Parsons. I want to do fashion. And so my senior year, we had this this program that we used to do where like halfway through the year we had to get an internship, and so I just did mine like at the school, and I was like putting together and sewing these outfits.
Oh, that's what you did for your senior internship?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. That was lit. That's
yeah.
lit. Okay.
I have nothing to show from it. I have no idea where any of the outfits I made are.
Hey, dude, look what
Not a one. Not a one. I was like, what were you doing? Like, what was even the flower pot? I cannot find a single outfit. I was like,
that's crazy.
Dang it, Dima.
My joint was I was interning at the Mystic. It was me, Brett, Diffley, and it was one other person.
What did y'all even do interning at the Mystics?
Well, they had us doing a bunch of like, you know, labor type stuff, moving stuff, boxes and stuff like that. We was on computer. I remember being on computers, but I just felt like for some reason, like, I don't know, I'm like the person that like when a group project is, I always end up doing all the work. You know, that type of person.
I don't remember things that way.
Yes. Don't do that.
I don't remember things that way.
Wait, time out. Don't try to slander my name. First of all, I was on the high list, which is the basically Dean's list.
You don't remember when we were in that science class and you and Todd trying to make me do all the work?
That was freshman year. I was maturing. I was maturing. By
senior
year,
they said, let's put the black woman to work.
By senior year, I was doing. So I feel like at that internship, I was doing like all the work and like they was just like chilling and stuff. Like they was definitely chilling, like, and I was doing work and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really remember what we was doing on it. I just remember every once in a while we used to go to lunch at Rosa Mexicana. Ooh, boy.
Y'all were going to Rosa Mexicana for lunch in high school?
Listen, when I first had that they made that guacamole.
They made the guac in front of you?
You know, think about that as a high school kid. I'm like, yo, I'm living right now. Like,
yeah, you were fancy.
Bruh, that guacamole was...
Child, I want to go today.
Amazing. Oh, man, amazing. Like, yeah, but I think for me, my passion for fashion was probably solidified when I took those 2 fashion classes my last semester at Bowie State. Because it was like, you know, I kind of always dabbled with, well, let me not say that. I was always into my look, but I didn't always have like the money. When I got to Episcopal though, because we had those jobs, you know, we used to make, you know, looking back, we didn't make much. Like I think like I was a waiter, you made like $20 a week. But it's like when you're a high school kid, you set it up. That's $80. You only got, as a high school person, having $80 and having no bills, that's a lot of money.
I felt rich.
So it's like,
and I had more than one job.
It's, oh, see, hustler.
I had at least 3. I had 3.
So, I was in, listen, by the time I left Episcopal, bruh, I done bought so many fitteds. Like they knew me in that lid store in Pentagon City, bruh. Every time I get my $20, boy, I'm buying. Every party come, I'm buying me a new hat. Like hats was my thing in high school.
You did have a lot of hats.
I was buying fit after
You had a lot of hats.
I mean, because that was the style too. Because
yeah,
you used to wear, like, at that time, like, we're talking about, we went to high school 2004 to 2008. Dudes was wearing plain t-shirts, jeans, and then it would be your shoes and your hat that really, like, brought, like, color and stuff. So you'd be either wearing white tee, black tee, then you have a fire hat and some fire shoes, and that was your fit. So it's like, I always used to, I was at Lids all the time copping hats. And then especially, you know, my early years, because, me and Chico was still wearing the same size. And Chico used to have all the shoes. So I was like, bro, I'm just keep buying hats. I can just borrow Chico's shoes. And then I hit my growth spurt. And by sophomore year, I don't think I could share shoes with him anymore. but yeah, no. So it's like, yeah, I was always into like my look. Didn't really figure out my style. Started to probably figure out my style probably like mid-20s. But when I was in BSU, my last semester, shout out to everybody who graduated from Bowie State, I took an intro to fashion illustration, intro to fashion design class. And I think it was the fashion illustration class that kind of just made me realize like I can do something that I thought I never do. Because I was like, I took that illustration class. I planned on like in my mind, I was like, I'm probably going to have to drop this mid-semester because like I was like, yo, I can't draw. Like I've never been a drawer. And by like 2-3 months in, I made so much great improvement, and it kind of just showed me like whatever you want to do, if you work at it every day, like you can really improve.
Set your mind to it.
Bruh, like I was just like, and it just kind of gave me like, maybe I could work in fashion. Maybe I could, play with design or something like that. So I think that's where it started for me. I think it, that last 2 semesters, shout out to my fashion illustration teacher, Doreen Vernon. Shout out to my intro to fashion design teacher, Maggie Francois, which I'm trying to get you on the podcast. She's running around with Miles Frost, who's from Bowie State University. He's doing the Michael Jackson trend and stuff like that. She's very connected in the industry, so maybe that might be somebody we get for season 3 if she's not so busy. But I think that's where my fashion started, and it just grows to them. And now it's just like, man, I just care about my look so much. It's funny because it's like natural to me, but it's like sometimes I notice, I'm like, damn, I really do care about what I look like. I don't remember, sometimes I leave the house, I don't do about 4 fits.
Oh, me too, but probably for a different reason.
I probably go through 4 fits because my closet needs more cohesiveness. It's like, I'll put on something and it's like, what I would want to wear with it is not in my closet, so I can't wear it.
That was a good like piece of advice from one of our season 1 guests. We had 2 stylists in the podcast, and they said, wear your staples, like wear your core pieces that bring everything together. Like
you need those quality basics to bring it all that outfits.
It's really important.
So yeah, I think that's where my passion for fashion started. That was 2 classes, bro.
Passion for fashion.
Like you understand? Like I literally like that last semester, my homework was really just to draw and to create like work on a capsule, 7 look capsule and stuff like that. That was my favorite semester of college because it was literally I would be making fun of my boy Wale because he was trying to finish. He was struggling. Like he would be there doing all his finance stuff, and I'm just there just drawing T-shirts and stuff like that in McKelton Library because we used to live in McKelton to go study and stuff like that. We didn't study the Bowie State Library because it was just nonsense. Like McKelton was quiet. You could find somewhere quiet and actually get work done. So.
But like, when did you start to realize that you were stylish though? Like I feel like that's a different thing. Like, cause like for me that was not in high school, and maybe it has something to do with like. Maybe I was stylish for the times. I don't know. I do remember that senior year. Was it senior year or junior year? No, junior. Going into my junior year, I want to say. My dad was like, "Oh, like you could go for a part of your summer to Spain," and I went. And I went to Zara for the first time. And I remember like me thinking that the pieces of clothing that I picked, first of all, I was obsessed with Zara. Like that was first. I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Like we don't have anything like this in the US. Like nothing is quite on this level. And then I remember that I got this shirt that I was obsessed with. It's the ugliest shirt. It was a white, t-shirt. Like, not t-shirt. It was just like a white, like kind of like relaxed fit, collar, like kind of like finished material shirt. And it had like a cheetah on it. No, a tiger on it. Like, it was like a white and black tiger and it had blue eyes, and I was like, yo, this is the shirt. This is the one. Like, I thought it looked so good. But I will say, like, maybe at the time that was the style. And maybe it was something for me to be like, knowing that I was in Zara and knowing that we didn't have something in the US that was quite like that. I think I did recognize like the fashion elements, or like I recognized style, I should say. And maybe it was more so like the times were not in alignment with us being the most stylish we could be because the clothing options there.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
I feel like me realizing I was stylish was probably like towards my late 20s. Like I think it kind of was like the genesis of it was like when I had to start looking for my towards like my last year at Bowie State, you know, you start to do interviews and stuff like that. So I finally started getting like one or two suits, and I was just so fixated on, you know, making sure like, you know, into what dress shirt color I was wearing under my suit, the tie, the belt matching the shoes, the pocket. Once I start introducing like the pocket squares and stuff like that, that's where I was like, okay, I'm starting interested. But then it's like somewhere in my late 20s, I started dressing, and I saw like, I felt like I walk around, I was like, I feel like I'm better dressed than a lot of people, and then started to get some compliments and stuff like that. So I think I really started to feel stylish like towards like my late 20s.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like that tracks for me too. Like I remember, like, I still like, when it became the time for me to buy work clothes, like so similar to you, like I remember really liking my choices. I was like, yeah, that was a good choice. And I still look back at like some of the like first like work pieces that I bought. And granted, my style has changed a lot now, but I'm like, oh yeah, that was pretty solid. Like that was like, okay, like that was interesting.
Yeah, that's like the colors, dog. Especially when you're wearing work clothes, it's like it's not just buying a good pair of dress pants. It's like buying the right color blue or the right color brown that just like sticks out a little bit more. Or the fact that, you know, like one thing for me, like even though I'm wearing these today, like I'm really not a fan of khaki. Like the color, the thing. Like I'd rather, like, especially with like, that's one thing I saw in corporate America a lot. Like people wearing like khakis, like dudes, and it just like it was so black to me. Like I'd rather wear a gray pair of dress pants than khaki, and I feel like it's the same thing. Like it's neutral, it matches with anything, but it gives it a little bit more like.
I like green khaki. Like I like.
It's like sazon. Like it gives it a little bit of something. Like a little bit of sazon. Like it gives it more flavor. Like them khakis. Like unless you're doing like a khaki on khaki suit. Like other than that, just wearing like plain like colored khakis is just like you ain't doing it for me. Like it was hard enough putting these on.
I agree in a corporate setting, but I love a cargo pant. Like
I'd rather have a cargo pant though in a different color. Like I think cargo pants, my favorite color probably is like olive green.
Yeah, olive green is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty solid. Make some things happen. Khaki.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of khaki.
I also feel like my style, like I feel like I'm actually just now coming into my own with style, and I actually like would credit this podcast with some of it, and I'm like still very much so not there yet. Like I've always considered myself to be stylish, but like I think that I definitely was missing those staple pieces that like would allow me to like have every look kind of like really, really come together. So like still working on that, but like this podcast has made me more intentional about what I wear, and what I buy, and not being into fast fashion as much, and like buying pieces a little bit more pricey, but then some good like solid basics like that.
And buying more black as well too.
Yes, buying more black too. Black brands has really made me intentional because the price points, and like we need to have an episode or something about this in the future, but like the price points for like some of like the black brands and the ones who are like really, really well made, like it's a little bit higher. So it's like, it is an investment piece, and it's worth it because it is great quality. And then it's like the only thing that's like kind of at a reasonable price point, I feel like, that isn't fast fashion, and there are some black brands that are fast fashion, like still has some pretty good stuff, but is streetwear. Like for at least for women, I should say, like we don't have as many options.
Yeah, I wear dudes' clothes anyways. Yeah, I got a hell of options.
Okay.
Am I lying?
You're not right, but I'm saying like if I want to be more dressed up and not wearing fast fashion.
Okay, so this is an interesting question because I want to know, because I feel like between like the counties things are different. When you were growing up, did you wear like any of like the DC like urban wear stuff? Like shooters, Bonadachi, are you even hip to any of that? No.
Well, also, so remember, this wasn't the time period, like middle school. So like middle school is when I was like actually only 1 year middle school. Actually, so I think a lot of this goes back to like, I was very transient. So like, I grew up in Maryland, And then maybe around like, I don't know, 3rd, 4th grade, moved to Massachusetts.
Okay.
And then came back, and then immediately, like when I could have had a sniff of like DC culture, I was in high school, and it was like high school, everyone was from everywhere. Like our black student population was from New York,
heavy tri-state,
Maryland, yeah, like heavy a little tri-state. Bit of the South sprinkled in there. And so like there was no like DC or DMV identity clothing wise for me to like kind of like sink my teeth into. Gotcha. I had one year, and that year was just like, whoa, like all of these things that people are wearing are so different than what I know. And I didn't even have a chance to really even get into like sneakers, like understand like, you know, because I wasn't into sneakers at that point in time. I'm like actually just now getting into sneakers. So I missed kind of all that. Like I could visually see clothing wise what people were putting on, and I wasn't even looking at the brands, I was looking at the silhouettes.
Got you. So for me, somebody asked favorite DC urban brand historically. For me, I think my favorite brand was probably Shooters. Shooters was so for people who don't know, like DC, like especially like in the 90s, maybe a lot in the early 2000s, like we were literally like we had our own thing. Like I remember, I feel like there was people here, they used to listen to go-go more, they used to listen to hip-hop. We had our own style with the DC urban brands. It was more like it was more athletic wear. Like they would be t-shirts, it would be like sweat shorts, it would be, you know, hoodies, sweatshirts and stuff like that as well too. Some of the ones was like Shooters, All Days, Badadachi, We Are One, Sabiato, which is still going on. It was so many different ones, and like it was like their own style. Like the shirts was like colorful too. Like it was like Shooters across the top of your shirt. All the letters would be different colors. The sweat shorts, they would have Shooters like running down the side, or like Bonadachi run around the side. Like We Are One, like they always had the socks with the We Are One coming down the side as well too. Like that was like big. Like that's, and then New Balances, bro. Everybody was wearing New Balance. Like, you know, kids always, you still wear like Jordan and stuff, but New Balances has always been a thing for me. Like I remember my first pair of 574 New Balances when I was in elementary school, the gray joints. The 990s is always like is always a staple. Like you still people rocking 990s. So like DC, like PG, like that's what our style was. It was New Balances, it was DC urban wear, and we was listening to go-go. Like, you know, me and my friends
distinct style.
Like me and my friends growing up, like we would in the summers, like, you know, it was funny because they were talking about that in church today. The one of the associate pastors was talking about the phrase outside, like how like it's a thing now, but before, like you call somebody like outside, mean like I'm outside your house. But it's like funny because I'm thinking about our childhood. Like we were outside in our childhood. Like we literally, you leave your house on Saturday at like 10 in the morning, and you ain't come back in your house till like 7 p.m. Wasn't worried about eating or nothing like that. If you was thirsty, you'll go to somebody's house, drink out the hose, keep playing and stuff like that. So we, like me and my friends, like we would play sports. Like we was playing basketball, football, and then we would literally play basketball, football all day. Maybe like 5-6 p.m. when the sun start going down, somebody will bring out their boom box, put the new go-go CD in, we'll make a circle, we'll start beating our feet and stuff like that, like start battling each other and stuff like that. Like that's what we did. Like we would hoop, we would beat our feet, play video games. Even though it's funny, growing up, it's like all my friends play video games, I just never played them. I would just watch them. Like I was doing Twitch before Twitch because I was just sitting there watching all my friends play video games all day. But like, yeah, that's what we used to do.
The go-go CD though.
Oh yeah, bro. And the go-go CDs is always like the name. Like it wasn't like album names. It would be the date of the actual like recording. So if the go-go was on 1/3, 07, the CD would say like TCB 1307 at the Chef, or like, and then there was like different specific venues that they used to always have go-go events at as well too, which I've actually never been to a go-go, which is one of the sad parts about it. Like I think if I didn't go to Episcopal, I would have went to a go-go, but my mom was not letting me go to a go-go in middle school or elementary school. Like
now I think about it, I don't know if I can say I've been to like a true go-go.
Okay.
Like when I was in high school, I definitely went to the little go-go teen parties at Fur nightclub. I'm in there like I knew nothing about over here trying to dance to go-go music with the girls. I said, oh, like I was definitely at those.
That was a time.
Fur nightclub was
Ibiza,
fun. Ibiza, love.
Like that's when I was saying earlier how like we used to really used to party. Like those was the clubs we really used to party at. Like
was Love the one that had, or was it H2O that had like the 4 floors? Each floor was like a different like music vibe.
I think
is that Love or H2O?
I cannot remember. I can't remember.
Yeah. It was some good old time. I remember my friend's car almost getting towed outside of, I thought it was H2O.
Bruh, I feel like everybody has a car being towed story in college.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first time I went to this UMD party with my boy, and Saki, I will never forgive you for this because this is all your fault. So this was the time I was going to Maryland party with my boy Saki. And so the party was near the McDonald's on Route 1.
Okay.
And so we went in, and he was like, bro, just park right there. There was a sign that said, only for, customers. We told him, nah, bro, you good, we straight. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you sure? All right, cool. Now, I'm driving my mama's, Kendrick Lamar van as well, too. So, like, I don't have my car. Like, I'm driving a Quest van, old joint, like. So we walk to the party, we have a good time. We come back to the McDonald's. My car is gone. My car got towed. And then now it's like everybody all clammed up, and I'm like, oh, y'all not about to leave me handed. We all in this. But the place we had to tow was like $200, and it's like 4 of us. I'm like, we splitting this. We all came together. They was all acting funny and stuff like that. And I'm like, this all could have been avoided if we didn't park in that McDonald's.
Y'all want to peer pressure me. Now y'all gotta pay.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We could have drove around the neighborhood, find somewhere to park. Nah, you told me the McDonald's was good. But that McDonald's on Route 1, if you in College Park area, just know they got a camera. And they be timing. Like the tow man and the owner like this. I know he cashing out on that because.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Man, wow, the DMV back in the day.
I feel like we don't even get through half these questions.
We don't need to. We could be just shooting the shit. Ain't no pressure. This is,
I feel like there was one I really wanted to talk about.
Hit me.
So this person said, what is your favorite trends on the opposite sex? I'm going to switch the question. What are some of your favorite things to see on the opposite sex, like being worn?
Ooh. Okay. I love like a long sleeve sweater type situation. Like it could be a sweater or like a heavy knit on a man. Like preferably in a dark color, like a black. Okay. But you might be able to make a white or a cream work, and then you gotta have like a chain like that.
Okay.
That is a classic look. Reminds me of oh my gosh, Method Man.
Okay.
And I love it. And then oh my gosh, poor Method Man. He was saying that he's going through depression. He's not a sex symbol. I didn't read the article. I just saw the headline. I was like, a lot of us are going through depression. It's happening. I appreciate him for being vulnerable, but I do want him to know that he is a sex symbol. You may not feel like a sex symbol, but you are.
Wasn't it just a clip of that white woman who was the wife on what's that show, Modern Family, that was like going all crazy, fam?
Oh my god, that was hilarious. Yeah. The lady who plays Claire.
Yeah.
She was like.
Yeah, like, bro, you just had a run in a couple months ago, my guy. Like, I think your status is good, bro.
I need to read the article. I think it was maybe him saying that he didn't feel like a sex symbol because of like what he's dealing with. But I'm like, we're all dealing with stuff. Like, It is very good for you to be vulnerable about that because I think men need to hear that. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it changes the fact that people perceive you to be a sex symbol because. You are. Just wanna, yeah. So yeah, that's my favorite trend on, not trend. Like,
just what it's like to see.
And then like, if you could pair that with like some nice slacks.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. And y'all know how I feel about skirts. And your turn.
So some things I love. I love seeing chicks in bucket hats and fitteds. Like something about that. Like a good streetwear style. Oh my gosh. Like talk to
a fitted?
Talk to like fitteds, snapbacks, like hats, like that type of like pulling off like some of like stuff that you might traditionally see a man like. I love the jewelry, like accessories and stuff like that. Like when I see a
extra
woman,
jewelry,
it's like accessorized with the rings and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, like you got me. I like seeing the
You got a long list.
I like chicks in suits too, like suits,
Ooh,
like suit, like some of the stuff that they wear, like especially like maybe like a skirt suit. Is it a skirt suit that really does it for me?
A skirt suit, y'all.
No, but just in general, just
taking
women.
Us back to the secretary days. What's happening?
Women, I like women dressed up in suits. Like I like that sauce. Yeah, those are some of the things. I'm trying to think what else. But overall, for me, you gotta. I think we both said it. Like you gonna mess with one of us, you got a good style, dog. Like you gotta have style.
Yeah, I've tried to date guys who were not stylish, and it just really doesn't work for me. It doesn't. I've tried. And I need to be honest. This is me to all of you listening. Let me be honest with myself. You're hearing me say this now. I cannot date a man who's not stylish. It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
If I do, you see me doing that, I'm forcing it. And I'm too old to be forcing it. I shouldn't say that. I should not. I'm too mature. I'm too wise. There we go. Thank you. Let me just rephrase that for myself. Too wise to be forcing it.
Do you have a preference, or like with like how a man's hair is? Like, do you like bald heads? Do you like long locks or short cut?
I actually don't have a preference there.
Okay.
Like, I really don't. Like, I'm like,
What about facial hair though? They gotta have facial hair.
I do kind of like, I prefer, they don't need to, but like, I do like a nice strong beard.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. There are a lot of like bearded men in my life, you know? Chuck, my brother has a very strong beard. So like.
It's crazy because I just remember when like being a beard wasn't really like a thing. Like, I feel like when I started to get my beard, like late 20s, it still wasn't a thing. It was almost like when I hit like 30s or something, that's when it was like, it was really like a beard culture.
There was a beard moment.
Yes, there was. And I don't know what the genesis of it was, but I just vividly remember there was a point where
No
like,
Shave November.
Beards was in, though.
It was a marketing, no.
Beards was in from then on, bro, and they haven't left since. But
no, they haven't. They really haven't. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I really don't have a preference with hair. Like, I like, you know, it's like Pokemon, trying to catch them all. I need to stop. Y'all might get the wrong idea about me.
Don't get the wrong idea.
Y'all gonna get the wrong idea about me.
Yeah. I was saying that because I feel like, as of recent, I noticed I like women in silk presses, and I like the bobs. Like something about those, like do that.
The bob.
Yeah, like some of those hair. I feel like, bruh, you can't pull off a silk press. Get away from me, dog. Like you got to be able to pull that joint off.
Okay, silk press.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah. You know, I like women with bobs too.
Yeah, bob is like a good, like solid, like like hold you down, bruh.
I will say that, like, you know, some women cannot do silk presses, okay?
Wahala for them who don't do silk press.
I cannot do a silk press. It will not last in my head.
That's the only thing about it.
More
like,
than a day.
Not last. Like I be saying, like I remember when I was in the gym, one girl came in with a silk press. I said, "It's over for you." At the end of her training session, her train looked crazy. I was like,
yeah, I don't understand how the people who do it be doing it, because a silk press will not last in my head more than 24 hours. I'm lucky if I reach 24.
Mm-hmm.
It'd have to be the dead of winter.
Yeah, shout out to all those women who work out, because I know it's a struggle trying to like stay fit, but also have your hair on point, because the gym will mess whatever hairstyle you got. Like, so shout out to y'all.
Do you think that you have to dress like you had to pair your hair with your outfit?
I don't think you have to, but I think that sometimes it just may not mix, but it's not it's not as prevalent. Like it's rare that I see something where I'm just like, oh, I don't think her hair matches with what she's wearing. Like I actually don't think I've ever had that thought, but I can see situations where it might not, but I don't think you have to match your hair with your fit. No.
So like, I'm very interested to hear from our listeners what they think about that, but I really do feel strongly that, and this is someone like, I like to change up my hair a lot. Y'all have seen.
Yeah.
Every episode is different. Child, but there is something about like when I have a slick back and like ponytail or something like that, like some outfits that I be wearing where I got like the big old afro or something like that, like they just don't hit as much.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but
and maybe it's because I don't think about it, because maybe you guys, women, already think about that, so you've already made sure you put an outfit that works best with your hair. So I'm seeing what you feel is best with your hair versus somebody who just like, I'll just wear whatever, and it might stick out. So that may be it.
I don't know, but I think it's an important thing to think about with your outfit. I really do. Dang.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was like, we ain't gonna get through these joints, but I'm definitely say these questions because I do want to get to I do want to eventually get to a bunch of these questions because they're really good questions.
Yeah, thank y'all for the questions. We really do appreciate it. Like, we've been hearing the feedback. Y'all want to get to know us. Yeah. We have some really dope guests in the pod, but you know, we also want y'all to get to know us as well.
Yeah, and maybe we can make it like, you know, we can do these like, and fit these in as like bonuses where it might be short, you know, 10-15 minutes, and we pick like 3 questions and we just answer and stuff. Bonus
round. Yeah. Let's go.
Somebody asked, what completes the fit for you?
Well, I feel like that has a lot to do with like how you put together the fit, right? And I always end with my makeup.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, maybe that's what completes the fit. But I also think that like my relationship with makeup is changing a little bit. Like I used to be like a lash girl every single time, like heavy beat. And now I'm like leaning towards a little bit more natural looks.
Okay.
So.
Do you think so? Among all your women friends, is that the same? Do you guys always end with your makeup, or do some people do makeup and then get ready afterwards?
I think most people do makeup after. I feel like you have the outfit in mind and you're thinking you want your makeup to complement your outfit. I feel like that happens for most people.
But I feel like it would be difficult if you put your makeup on in your clothes and not getting makeup on your clothes as well too, which is why it makes sense to do the makeup last.
I'm talking about so I feel like physically I do my makeup, but I put on my clothes last.
Oh, you put on your clothes.
They're tricks to the you know, trade for how you don't get the makeup on the cloths. Like
gotcha.
there's some things you can do. Now, if it is an outfit where I'm just like, woo, this is gonna be a little tough, then yeah, that I may like make the effort to put the clothing on and like put like a robe on or something like that. But like,
so the makeup,
traditionally, I don't like to do my makeup in my clothes.
Gotcha. So your makeup completes the fit for you.
Yeah. But I think that's changed. I think now it's really the jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I've been really leaning into the jewelry. Shout out. Oh, we didn't even say our brands we're wearing and whatnot at the beginning.
Oh yeah, we did.
We didn't. I mean, I'm only wearing one black brand today.
Yeah, me too. I'm only wearing this AL Studio t-shirt. That's it.
Yeah. This is Knature the Label. I'm obsessed with their jewelry, which is like, I feel like why I'm becoming a jewelry head ass. I'm like really into it.
I need more. If you guys know sites for men's jewelry, I would definitely. I'm gonna get into more jewelry. Definitely gonna get into more jewelry. I think for me, it depends on the fit. Like sometimes I'll put something on and it's just not enough. Then I'll throw on like, you know, a vest or something like that. I'm like, all right, it's complete. Or sometimes it's like I'll throw on some jewelry and the jewelry makes it complete. So it's usually like some sort of accessory whether it's like, a vest on top of something, a jacket, or the jewelry that are complete to fit.
Like an outerwear, like
something
accessory.
like that. Yeah, type, something is just like when I put this on, like it was cool, and then I put on like my necklace and these rings and this watch, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm like, we good. Like, let's work with that. So, yeah, I think it varies on the outfit, but it tends to be like something less, or like an accessory, jewelry, or like a vest or something like that really just like does it. So.
Okay. We have the same answer, kind of.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Do you want to talk about your girl?
Who?
Hey, I had the lyric I was gonna use to like intro it, and then I forgot that joint. We're gonna talk about Lizzo, right? Did you want to talk about Lizzo?
Y'all, I feel like by the time this comes out, we're gonna get to the bottom of things and we're gonna see. But we're gonna talk about things as we know it thus far. So y'all know, two of Lizzo's dancers. What's the name of her show?
I don't know.
Like,
you asked the wrong person.
Okay.
Somewhere Amazon Prime, I believe it was.
It's like Make Way for the Big Girls, something like that. Two of her dancers came out and basically came out with all these allegations of toxic.
Miss Body Positivity wasn't given that.
Yeah, toxic workplace environment, and they had all these specific allegations of things that she had done, sexual harassment, body shaming, all of these different things, and yeah, it was kind of sad because Lizzo has been this champion for Black women and for the thicker women to really embrace their bodies, and so we're all like, really, Lizzo? Like, what?
Appreciate you guys, we really do. Again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, rate us. YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, TikTok, Instagram. I'll be tweeting sometimes. You can follow us on our personal pages as well too. Andy Maverde, I am Chukwuwike, so yeah. Thank you for riding with us so far. Thank you for all your suggestions. We're definitely looking into
those.
Thanks
for keeping it real with us.
Yeah, thanks for keeping it real for us. We appreciate you guys, and man, I'm excited to see. I'm looking at some of the people we are trying to shoot for season 3. It's gonna be some good people, man, and I can't wait till we knock off one of our Reach interviews.
Yeah, we got that. We got the bag. God has that in store for us,
yes,
for sure.
Amen to that. So, another episode of Got This in Black. The end of season 2. Peace out.